Oh my gosh. Screw it. I'm just going to say this early in the video. This was by far, my personal opinion, the greatest Black Clover chapter we have gotten so far in the series. By a mile. I'm telling you guys now, it's going to be very hard for me to calm down my hype doing this review. Like, I'm lost for words because what I just think, like the impact with these. Oh my God, I'm messing up my words.
That
Okay. Let me compose myself. All right. This this is, oh my God. I'm clearly struggling here. I'm not going to edit this out. It's saying here, we authentic over here. So let's talk about Black Clover chapter 280, Surging Disaster. So this chapter begins where we see Jack is glued to a wall with ice magic because we find out that these two devils that were summoned, the ones that came out of the first gate, one has ice magic and the other has fire magic, which I expect something that was going to be something different because these magic types seems more natural, but maybe the application of their ice and fire is very different because they are devils. As these devils start to approach Nacht walking towards him, Nacht started to explain that he expects these devils to have the same strength as the Dark Triad because chapters back, he did explain to us that the first level devils are the same tier as the Dark Triad. However, in this chapter, he said, I expect them to be the same strength, but this is on a whole different level. So what Nacht is saying here is that these devils are stronger than a Dark Triad at their 80% forms, which is very scary. They start to attack Nacht, and Nacht, he's doing a good job dodging in his cat devil form, but he is panicking. However, we do find out the names of these devils. The male devil name is Nama, while the female is called Lilith, which pretty much debunks the notion that a lot of people thought that these represented the twin gods on the Tree of Qliphoth, which represents the Thamel, but this is the last level of the Tree of Qliphoth. The Tree of Qliphoth, Thamel represents the twin gods, which is Satan and Molech, which I will talk about that, which is pretty much Lucifero and another demon. The way that Tabata is writing this story, he is going by the Kabbalah teachings, which is why if you go by that, the Qliphoth tree is actually upside down. So the first level devils are actually Lilith, who also represents the attribute Lilith on the tree, and Gamaliel, that tree represents Nama. So this is why Tabata had these first two demons come out first, because it goes right with the Tree of Qliphoth. Even though in some teachings Lilith represents Gamaliel as well, but this is why they are connected, Lilith and Nama. I'm going to have to make a whole full video breaking down the Qliphoth tree because there's also another character I believe that is connected to the Tree of Qliphoth, which can change a lot within the story. Speaking of the Qliphoth, the Spade Resistance Army are standing outside, seeing the Qliphoth roots are absorbing the entire mana within the world. And out of nowhere, we see a swarm of demons coming out of the Spade Kingdom, just in packs, like legions of demons. And they look so different. Like every single demon on that panel look extremely different. I wish I could show the panel, but you know, Shueisha copyright strikes. That's why I don't show panels on chapter reviews, all right? Because I know a few of you ask sometimes, but you guys already know, majority of you guys already know that Shueisha does not play when it comes to chapter reviews. But every other video, I do show panels, but just not the chapter reviews. But however, in that panel, you see so many demons looking so different. Like some just look like beasts, like walking on fours, like animalistic beasts, and you have some that looks like goblins. They are just running rampant. They are heading right towards the Spade Kingdom Resistance Army. It looks that way where Mereoleona is at, because Mereoleona, they all can see it. And when she sees these devils, the presence of these devils remind her of the magic power when Zaggart was using otherworld spells. In that panel, it looks like it's about 17 to 18 demons, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get even worse from here because one gate has opened and it already sworn in a lot of devils. So just imagine when the second gate is open. And then we see the ancient demon of the Spade Kingdom is starting to stand up. We all thought that Mereoleona finished this devil. However, that wasn't the case. And Mereoleona is saying that, okay, you're just now getting warmed up. You're just getting started. This is very bad because she used so much mana to get rid of this ancient demon the first time, but it seems as though she is still fine because she's still in her full cloak mana form when she used to transform. So she still got a lot in the tank as well. I just think that's about to probably keep this ancient demon alive so we can find out how are these ancient demons created, because we know the whole Lick story. We know that he used forbidden magic of the highest level to use that form with the magic stones. but how are these other ones created? However, I did make a theory video on how this ancient demon of the Spade Kingdom was created, so I'll leave it on the top right hand corner. You guys go check that video out and comment below and tell me what you think about it. It's probably the most impressive thing I ever seen from Yuno ever in the story of Black Clover. We see that the fight is still continuing on between him and Zenon, and Yuno is completely manhandling Zenon with no difficulty. He's still using the spirit of Boreas. He's still putting holes in Zenon, and Zenon's saying that even with 70%, I can't win. Yuno is stronger than a 70% Zenon? Like, it's already been stated that the Dark Triad are equal when it comes to their powers. Do you guys realize how overpowered Yuno is right now? Like, people tried to say that, oh, he wouldn't do this between Dante because Dante can use Presence of the Demon King. Yuno is dominating someone who can literally hold and trap mana using spatial magic. Presence of the Demon King will not work on Yuno because Yuno is loved by mana. That's just how Tabata wrote this guy. I'm sorry, I didn't write the story. This is how Tabata is writing overpowered Yuno. I'm not saying Yuno beats Dante because Dante has body magic, but I'm saying that Yuno problem fighting Dante wouldn't be his mana amount because he can outlast Dante because he's loved by mana. That's an endless supply of mana. But currently, in this chapter, the power creep increases even more because the Dark Triad went 100%. So the Yuno versus Dante thing was in regards before they went 100%, because this is on a whole different level. Like, these guys, these designs, when I seen this, I went crazy. I love Vanica's design. Dante's design looks simply amazing, and they all have extra horns, but Dante's design, oh man, it looks immaculate. Tabata snapped on these panels, Vanica and Dante designs, but Zenon's design, his devil design out of the Dark Triad, is my favorite. He looks like a Bleach character. He looks like Ginjo Kugo, the Fullbringer from Bleach, and man, seeing Zenon's form makes me want to rewatch Bleach because he also looked like Ichigo's Hellverse form from the movie. But this all makes sense because Dante did explain to Yami that they share powers from their devils from the Underworld, and once the gate is open, they can go full 100%. But Dante never specified that all the gates had to be open. Just the gate had to be open to the Underworld, and it is now. But it also makes me think, isn't this kind of productive? Because once these devils are out, like Lucifero's and Zenon's devil, whatever his name will be, and Magicula, once they're out, what's going to happen to the Dark Triad's power? What's stopping those devils from taking it back? Which is a whole different discussion. But the power that Dante has obtained, he started to pull Jack close to him and started bodying him with his gravity magic like a yo-yo. Like, Jack said all that craziness, and now he has to go back to the Clover Kingdom and tell everybody, like, yeah, I lost. I talk crazy, but I lost.
I lost.
Vanica then starts to go crazy on Charlotte, pummeling her with her blood magic, and Charlotte, she cannot keep up with Vanica anymore. She's already bleeding. There's nothing that her Briar magic can do. Real is screaming at Charlotte, you know, but he can't help. If he jumps in, he's going to get body as well, but he has no choice. And then we see that Yuno is now in danger because Zenon is using like this bone whip, like these multiple bone whips. And Yuno explains that his bone regeneration and his attack ability went up even further. Also, by Zenon going 100%, the wound that Yuno caused by using the Spirit of Boreas has healed up. It's already gone. So now we really got to see what Yuno is capable of fighting a 100% Dark Triad. We then go back to Nacht, and Nacht is thinking to himself that if we leave Morris alone, the situation will go worse because he is the one that is accelerating the process for these gates to open. So they must take him out immediately, and that's what Nacht is pretty much explaining. He's saying that he needs to get out of here immediately to attack and defeat Morris. That is his main goal, but it's hard for him to do this because these two demons, Lilith and Nama, are in the way and he can't get past them. Which I strongly believe this is the place where Nozel and Fagolian would take part in, because I think these will be the two characters that will fight these devils. Which I am extremely excited to see time skip Nozel and time skip Fagolian's powers. I cannot wait to see what they're capable of because I know they're going to go crazy. Nacht then continues to explain that the best way of victory to surpass these devils and defeat Morris, our way to victory will be, and he thinks of Asta, because Asta is the key of all this. Which Nacht did explain if all else failed, Asta could destroy the Qliphoth, which would destroy Yami and William in the process. That's a huge consequence. which potentially this arc could end of the death of William and Yami. And we don't want that to happen, but it might happen. You never know. Tabata is very unpredictable right now. Nacht then asks Cat Devil Plumdi to die with him, which I believe this is a different characteristic trait of his devil, because Nacht did explain that Gimodello has many characteristics, and we've seen that Nacht, when he uses devil's powers, they have other characteristics, not just one. So since this is a cat devil, it only makes sense that when he says die with him, cats have 9 lives. So it makes sense that he's pretty much saying that die with him, Nacht will probably have 8 lives left. And that's probably how this characteristic spell will work. However, as chaos continues in the Spade Country, the Clover Country start to get some disasters as well. Because we see in Hodge Village, we see Asa's and Yuno's siblings. We see Rika, we see Nash. And Rika is telling Nash, he's like, hey, over there. And we see this new ancient giant demon just standing within their country. And this demon looks completely different than the Spade Kingdom one, because this demon, you can tell by the horns, these horns are more outward on the sides, because those demon horns, the Spade Kingdom one that Mario Leone is fighting, his horns are more straighter, while Lake's demon horns, when he became one of these ancient demons, they're more curved. But this demon that just appeared, they are outward. So I don't know how are these demons are just appearing. Tabata, we need some explanation. Like, this is crazy. However, everyone in the Clover Kingdom can see it. We see panels of Kaiser, we see panels of Rebecca, we see Julius and Marx. We see a lot of characters, and they are looking at this giant demon that just appeared in the Clover Kingdom. And the chapter ends off, the last panel was Asta breathing hard after his hard training with Liba. And I know exactly why Tabata is doing this. The way he ends this chapter, first we see that demon, and then we see Asta. He's going to give Asta a Lumiere type beat moment. When Lumiere appeared, when only one mage appeared to fight a demon, Asta is going to be that guy. If that happens, I'm going to lose my mind. And I'm also going to lose my mind too, because you haven't subscribed with notification bells on to the channel. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves. Stay blessed. And I'm out.